Hey guys, it's Patriot here, back with another Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle, and I posted this one pretty quickly. I posted one yesterday, and I'm posting one today, April 19th. That's actually the same day I had this battle, so this one isn't like a saved battle, but whatever. This one was kind of long. It was against a Serebii guy. I mean, if by long, 7 minutes kind of meets your parameters, but I don't know what I'm saying. So anyway, let's just get started with the battle here. I'll try out new lead here, trying out Skarmory. So I was watching some Wi-Fi battles, and I was like, you know what, Skarmory seems like a cool guy, so let's try him out. So anyway, I'm gonna lead off the Metal Bird, my Skarmory. I know I'm terrible at nicknames, but okay. So I'm gonna set up my Stealth Rocks. He's gonna set up his. I knew that he was probably gonna set up his Stealth Rocks, especially because all those lead Ferrothorns usually have Stealth Rocks, but I forgot to put Taunt on the Skarmory. It's a long story why I didn't. So, yeah, he's going to lead seed me, and I'm not too worried about that because I'm going to be switching out pretty soon here anyway. And, yeah, right here, switch out. And I go into Chandler because I know I can pretty much hit this guy hard with a special fire attack. A 4 times super effective attack with expert build. It's just going to own this guy. So, anyway, I'm kind of eager to do that. So I go for a Flamethrower, and it's really not going to do too much in Melodic because he predicts that, and I stay in just because I'm like, hey, I have Energy Ball for this guy. So I go for Energy Ball, and doesn't really do too much because it's unstab, even though I do have Expert Belt. It's unstab, so stuff. So he predicts a switch, I'm guessing, and he goes for an Ice Beam, and I don't switch out because Stealth Rock damage would have just screwed me over anyway. And yeah, he switches out to Melodic because he doesn't. I don't think he could have taken another Energy Ball. I go for Energy Ball on his Chandler, and I'm really not trying to overpredict because overpredicting really screws me out more than does help me, at least for me. So Toxic gets rid of my Chandler, and I'm just gonna go into Terrakion, easily revenge kill with Rock Slide. And you know, Terrakion's pretty cool. Choice Scarf Terrakion. I put Poison Jab, Earthquake, Sacred Sword, and Rock Slide, and you'll have a good time playing with this guy as a nice revenge killer. Give him a Choice Scarf, and then ain't nothing's outspeeding that guy. So I'm gonna go into Torre here because I know I can probably just sit here and wall this guy until for no end. And I can set up some spikes, and I can get all those injury hazards up. So I set up some spikes under that Alakazam, and that switches in. Because he knows that we really can't do anything to each other. So I have 2 layers of spikes up now, which is cool. And I'm going to go into Blastoise, and he's going to trick me in Choice Specs, intending to get it on the Ferrothorn. So luckily I made a nice switch for the Choice Specs here, because Blastoise is going to be able to use those Choice Specs very well. And you're going to see that here. So I'm going to go for a Surf. I was thinking the Spec Surf from Blastoise would have been able to kill, but unfortunately I don't have any special attack investment, so it did not kill. So he goes for Recover, and I'm thinking, I think I got something for you. So I'm going to go for some Surfs, but it's really not doing too much, so I figure, oh, okay, I'll switch out. So I switch out, and I'm going to go into Natore. He's going to be able to pretty much wall this guy, and my goal is pretty much to get a lead seed off on this Melodic. But unfortunately, he goes for a Skull and he burns me, which pretty much renders Gyro Ball useless. And I'm gonna go for his Leech Seed while he goes out into his own Ferrothorn, predicting a Leech Seed, which is cool. So anyway, I'm gonna set up my 3rd layer of spikes here in just a second. Yeah, I set up my spikes, and he's going to go for a Gyro Ball, even though it's not going to do anything to me because of resist and great defense, and I've got Iron Barb, so it just does more to him than it probably is doing to me. So I'm getting burned here, and I switch out into Torre because I figure I need to save this thing for later. And I'm gonna go into Skarmory here, and I pretty much start the beastliness with Skarmory. I think it's here, but yeah. Anyway, he's gonna lead seed my Skarmory, and I'm thinking I'm not too worried about that because I might switch this thing out later, or I could just keep it in for some action. So I'm gonna go for Brave Bird here, and here's my plan of action. I'm gonna go for some Brave Birds, and I got Roost on this guy, so I can pretty much just see what he's gonna do. Because this what's it called? This Ferrothorn can't really do anything to me. So I'm gonna stay in, and when I need to go for Roost, I'll go for Roost, and that'll be a good time. Once he runs out of Gyro Ball and stuff he can really hit me with, then yeah, he'll be forced to switch, and I can pretty much hit whatever he's gonna come in pretty hard. So I'm just staying here, kind of walling this guy, like, you're the one supposed to be the wall here, not me, and I'm walling you. So anyway, he's getting some recovery and stuff, and not really caring. So I guess he ran out of Gyro Ball, so he goes in Alakazam, which takes some pretty hefty entry hazard damage, and I'm gonna go for a Roost on the switch, which is cool and stuff. Because am I gonna be able to outspeed this Alakazam? I think I am, because I have a lot of speed investment on this Skarmory. So let's see. No, I don't outspeed. He goes for a trick, and he gives me a Rocky Helmet, and no, I get leftovers, and he gets Rocky Helmet. No, I get Rocky Helmet, and he gets leftovers. But I'm not too worried about that. So that Rocky Helmet is actually gonna end up helping me. So I'm gonna go for a Brave Bird after this Molita gets destroyed by Entry Hazard. So I'm pretty much setting up for the late game sweep with this. Well, not really setting up. I'm just getting late game sweep with this Skarmory, which is kind of cool. And he brings in his Conkeldurr, which is going to actually take a Brave Bird because Conkeldurr is pretty physically bulky. And I'm going to get damaged by Recoil a lot. And this is pretty funny. He gets his Drain Punch, gets recovery, but he ends up dying from Rocky Helmet anyway, which is also like LOL. LOL. Okay, so I bring in my Ferrothorn because I know I can pretty much outspeed whatever he wants to bring in. And he brings his Ferrothorn, and I'm like, oh, I got Sacred Sword for this guy. But I'm too eager, and I don't overpredict when I need to. So I'm just going to go for Sacred Sword when he brings in his Dusclops, and that's just not going to work out for me. So I'm stuck in Sacred Sword, and I'm forced to switch out. He goes for a Seismic Toss when I bring in my Blastoise, and I figure Spec Surf can maybe do a lot. But I didn't really know that Dusclops was kind of especially defensive, so he's going to keep going for some Pain Splits. I'm going to keep going for some Surfs. Spec Surf is doing a decent amount to him, and I'm going for Surf, and right here I get a critical hit, so he's not going to go for any more Pain Splits. So now he's going to bring out his Ferrothorns. We're going to take some nice Entry Hazard damage. It's nice to have Stealth Rocks and 3 layers of Spike set up at the same time, trust me, it really is. So I'm going to go for a Surf, and pretty much at this point it's a good game, because one more Spec Surf is going to be able to finish off that Ferrothorn, and even if it wouldn't, then I would just be able to bring in Tracheon and get an easy Sacred Sword off. So anyway, Melina, good game. I enjoyed it. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.